Hey guys, so today we have an analysis of the polls that we've been getting from Sunday, October 14th, and I'm actually going to combine it with a updated 2018 Senate prediction. So, looking at the polls that we just got two national polls, both done by ABC News and the Washington Post. First one we have the President Trump job approval. The latest ABC News / Washington Post poll has Trump underwater by 10% with a 43% approval rating and a 53% disapproval rating. Not great news going into the midterms for the Republicans on President Trump's job approval. It has gone up since a few weeks ago from 40% to 43%, but I mean the disapproval rating has pretty much stayed consistent. If we look at the 2018 generic congressional vote, Democrats are up 11 points in the latest ABC News Washington Post poll. That's great news for them, and they're also above the 50% mark. Again, good news for the Democrats in the generic ballot. Now, we finished looking at the polling data for today, Sunday, October 14th. So next we're going to do an updated Senate map between the Democrats and the Republicans. So, first off, look at the Nevada Senate race. We have Dean Heller versus Jackie Rosen. Jackie Rosen is up 4 points, and then Dean Heller up 2. So overall it is a tie at 45.3. But considering a few things. One, none of the candidates are at the 50% mark yet, which means there are still a number of undecided voters. Since Nevada is a Democratic state, those undecided voters are probably Democrats. Second, this is a state Hillary Clinton won, and the polling had shown Donald Trump ahead. So for those reasons, I'm putting it in the tilt Democratic column. I'm leaving it in the tilting Democratic column. Now looking at the Arizona Senate race, Martha McSally versus Kristen Sinema. Overall, McSally is up 0.3% on the overall ranking, but that's just because a poll has her up 6%, and that poll is likely an outlier. Martha McSally is not likely to win by 6%, considering that most of the polls have Kristen Sinema ahead, and this is probably an outlier. So if you look, it consistently had Sinema ahead. Then, right after the primaries, Martha McSally went ahead, and Kristen Sinema is retaining her lead. I'd like to get some more information from Arizona. If we get a lot more Martha McSally leads, another 2 or 3 polls that show a Martha McSally lead, I would consider moving it into the Republican column. But for right now, I'm keeping it in the tilt Democratic column. Now for the state of Missouri, Josh Hawley versus Claire McCaskill. The latest poll, it's a bit old now, but it has both candidates at a tie, 46-46. That's pretty good news, I guess, for Josh Hawley, because none of the candidates, again, have reached 50%, and Missouri is a Republican state, so there's probably a few Republican undecided voters that are going to swing back to Hawley in the end. But at the end of the day, considering the incumbency factor, I'm going to narrowly keep it in the tilt Democratic column, but this one could switch at any point in time. We just need some more information from that state. Next up, we have the Montana Senate race, Matt Rosendale versus John Tester. John Tester is not doing as well as I thought he would have. John Tester should be doing a bit better than this, but still at the end of the day, 49-45 is a good result for John Tester, and he's likely to be re-elected United States Senator from Montana. Republicans are not really focusing on this state very much. I'm keeping it in the leaning Democratic column before we have more data. If we consistently get more data that shows John Tester with these kind of 2, 3, 4% leads, I would consider moving it into the tilt Democratic column, but we just need some more data from that state. Next, we have the North Dakota Senate race, one that Democrats are kind of ignoring right now. North Dakota is right now leaning GOP, considering two latest polls that show Kevin Cramer up by double digits. And this is not good news for the incumbent Democrat Heitkamp. Overall, I would have put this in the leaning GOP column, but considering that Heidi Heitkamp actually voted against Brett Kavanaugh, I'm putting it in the likely Republican column. That's a major flip for 2018. Next, we have the Florida Senate race between Bill Nelson and Rick Scott. This one could go either way. In the latest polls, Nelson has been doing quite well. If you look at the polling data, Nelson was doing quite well, and then Scott leaped into a head during the summer, and now Nelson is coming back. So, interesting things going on. It's really funny, actually. The first poll has Nelson up 28%, which right now is laughable, but back then. Anyway, Bill Nelson up 1-1-7, tie 3. That's good news pretty much for Bill Nelson. He could be doing better, but still, I'm going to keep it narrowly in the tilting Democratic column, considering that the latest polls have it within the margin of error. Next, we have the Tennessee Senate race. This is one that the GOP definitely thinks they now have in the bag. Democrats thought they had this one a few months ago, considering the polling data was very favorable towards Phil Bredesen. Now Marsha Blackburn has leaped into the lead. Latest New York Times poll has Marsha Blackburn up 14 points. That's unprecedented for a Republican. Actually, it's unprecedented for Phil Bredesen to be down 14 points. If you remember his last election, he won every single county, and he's not looking like he'll be elected United States Senator. Considering the latest polls, I had moved it from tilt Republican into the leaning Republican column. Now, next we have the Indiana Senate race between Joe Donnelly and Mike Braun. Joe Donnelly on average is up 4. The latest poll has him up 2 points over Republican rival Mike Braun. So overall good news for Donnelly. I would put this in the leaning Democratic column, but because, again, Joe Donnelly did vote in favor of against Brett Kavanaugh, that's why I'm putting it in the tilt Democratic column. Final state, we have the state of New Jersey. Doesn't need much discussion. The reason why this one's competitive is because Bob Menendez is the most unpopular senator, or one of the most unpopular senators in the United States. I'm keeping it in the leaning Democratic column. I don't want to move it into the likely column yet. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I forgot to discuss Texas. Texas, I'm really torn about this state. My head, with all the polling and the previous election, says that Ted Cruz is going to win, leaning Republican. But Beto O'Rourke has proved that he can jizz up excitement like we have not seen before. And for that reason, I'm putting it in only the tilt Republican column. This one could flip at any time, which means officially it is more likely that Democrats will gain Texas over the state of Tennessee with the former governor, or North Dakota with the incumbent. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.